Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ivision. I'm Ruth Georges. Today we are at the University of South Florida addressing Jena 6 with the Black Student Union. Now we're about to go inside to view the discussion the students are having, and then we'll go into interviews.
It can result in the young man being imprisoned past the age of 50 years old. Now, why do you think that this took place in Jena?
Why was it able to take place in Jena?
Because it's also a very small town. And in places where it's kind of like a family stays in there and they don't really let that many people in, they could keep those old views and those old racist views in that town. So I think because it's just really small, pretty much.
My name is Abigail. I would like to pose the question, how many other times does this stuff happen in small towns and it doesn't gain national coverage? You know, I'm sure, sorry, jumping ahead. And I also, did anyone attend when Bishop Tutu spoke a couple years ago? He spoke a lot about how the United States needs to have, in South Africa, they have some programs of reconciliation of groups that sit down, black and white, and discuss apartheid and actually address the racial issues. And I just completely agree with him that we as a country as a whole have not done stuff to try, the people in power have not done stuff to try to reconcile racism, and people in power just by cutting down the tree. Because they think, oh, if we cut down the tree, it won't be a problem. They're not addressing the actual issue. They're addressing one incident of a huger issue. And until the huger issue is addressed, stuff like this is going to keep happening.
Saying how many times it's happened in other towns where, you know, the situation is black versus white, but that's really not the case. It's a situation of fairness and unfairness. I'm going to read to you some examples of other similarly named there was a group called the Fort Heights 4. 4 young black men were convicted of gang rape. And the murder of a 23-year-old white female and of murdering her fiance. They were sentenced to 75 years, death by stump roll, and death respectively in 1987. Years later, some Northwestern University journalism students began working on the case and discovered a police file showing that within a week of the crime, a witness had told the police that they had arrested the wrong man. The witness told who the people were after the Northwestern students brought this to light. Although one of the men were dead, the other 3 men that were implicated subsequently confessed. DNA evidence cleared the Fort Heights 4 and convicted the other 3 men. The Fort Heights 4 were freed in 1996 and were awarded $36 million in 1999. In 1997, the police chief and 5 officers in Fort Heights were convicted by the federal government for corruption and drug distribution.
What's your name?
Jennifer Ubiera.
Okay, Miss Jennifer. Tell me, how do you think you as the president of Black Student Union have aided in educating the current students about what's going on in Jena 6?
As the president of BSU, I support my entire e-board. We work together. And today we decided to make sure that everyone knew about the Jena 6. We went forward into the patio, the MLK patio that we have out there. Homecoming was also having an event, so there was a lot of people. So we made sure that we brought our brochures and leaflets for the Jena 6 to inform everyone of what's going on there. We provided the email address for people to donate money, and we have a support group that we're planning so we can plan the next rally to have out here, because it is not over with the Jena 6. And this is a situation of fairness versus unfairness. You know, it's not so much that the boys didn't do anything, but at the same time, why are those who did the same and equal action not charged for anything at all? And these boys are students. They are young men trying to make a future for themselves, so why are we trying to hold them back from anything? We want to make sure everybody knew that and understood. This is not a black issue. As someone said in the meeting earlier, this is an issue about justice. So that's what we did as a whole. I wouldn't say myself, because it's not about me. It's about the situation at hand.
Okay. Do you have any final thoughts on this matter?
For everyone to get involved, friendsofchange.org, they have their website up in order to donate money to their legal defense fund. Lawyers are not cheap. So please understand, you know, donate, make sure you get involved with signing the petition, calling their governor. Their number is online for the Jena, Louisiana State Governor. Just get involved for any and everybody. That's all it's about.
How do you feel about what's going on right now with Jena 6?
I feel we as a people, as a human race, need to understand that everything happens for a reason. And maybe it was meant to happen to get publicized like this for us to realize now 2007, the big election coming up. All us need to go out there. Yeah, we voted last time because P. Diddy said vote. But this time we need to go out and be against what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's an official song, All Black. People need to understand when it's time to just get up and march. We did the Million Man March a long time ago. Civil rights was way before that. From this day forward, we as a people need to say, this is wrong, let's do right, let's make it happen.
How do you think we as a people can make a difference with Jena 6?
I think that a lot of the things that have already been occurring could be a big help, but also I think that it would be imperative for us to assign and appoint leaders who can understand today's generation and the actual situation of what's going on, centralize them in an area where they can be in contact, in close contact with whatever resources and research that they would need, and handle the thing politically. Because personally, I'm more of a Malcolm X, let's go get them type of person, but some things need to be handled in a democratic, diplomatic way. There's a place and time for everything, and this is one of the situations where it would be a milestone if we beat this thing through the system, showing them that we can turn this system that they made to oppress us on them.
I think that now it's upon our shoulders as students and as concerned members of the community at large to take this issue, educate ourselves further about the topic, and know what we can do as individuals, as brothers and sisters, because this is an injustice on all levels for everyone, and if it can happen there, it can happen anywhere. This is the United States, so it definitely can happen anywhere. So we need to raise our awareness about the issue and the subject and what's going on, and educate others. Definitely educate others. Don't let it stop here. We cannot let this die, because then that's how things like this continue to perpetuate, and in 20 years it might be the same thing, and we feel like we're so far removed, but we're not. We are definitely not far removed from these things and these issues, and it can definitely happen to us. So we need to stay on top of it, stay aware, stay up on these things, and educate others, definitely.
Thank you so much, Ruth Georges.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
My name is Juanisha, and I do want to say it's just like how you were saying, like how things happen in Jena, where you looking like just here in Tampa, 2 years ago, where a teacher hit some black students and she was able to get off. So to me, it shows regardless of whether you're a big city, a small city, if you don't have like the strong political backing in the background, if you don't have black people who are in the back that are willing to honestly really step up, it takes more than just, okay, like a BSU at a university and maybe a Uhuru to jump in and like actually, you know, put their voice out there. I think if the community itself, a lot of these large organizations, instead of being so flashy and showy and trying to show off what they do, actually back up situations like this, we would actually get the support. The reason why they're getting so much coverage now in Jena is because everyone in that community is embracing the situation. And it's to where people are adding in money and funds to where they have no choice but to pull everybody from different areas. So I think that if we were to do that regardless of the city, people will be aware, people will know, and changes will be made.
Hello, my name is Martha.
Speak towards the back.
Just kind of piggybacking off what she said, a threat, famous quote by Martin Luther King, a threat to injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So everyone keeps saying, oh, it's because it's a small town, it's because it's a small town. Yes, it could happen here. This lady ran over these boys, went home, washed her car, called her lawyer in the morning. She knew what she did. Talk about she thought she ran over them some animals. You know, and she got house arrest. So it's just another example of injustice, and it happened here and it happened over there because of the same systems. People have money, people have power, and these people will do whatever they want until someone else comes in and tells them they cannot do that. This man knew what he was doing, because if he got black, they know where to go get black people. In a town that's 85% white, you know what railroad you got to cross to get to the black folk. If they wanted to cross that railroad, they would have been there and got some black people and put in that jury, but they didn't do that because it would have been a hung jury. If it was split, half of the jurors were white, half of the jurors were black. That's how it's supposed to be, because you're supposed to be judged by a jury of your peers. Those white people were not his peers. And so that was just a great injustice.
Hi guys, my name is